Classic Game Room is brought to you by Magnum Skywolf. CGR is supported by fans on Patreon. Thank you. Welcome to Classic Game Room for the review of this miracle of science and technology. It's more than magic, it's the Game Genie for your Sega Genesis. Enjoy. The Game Genie was originally released in 1990 for the Nintendo Entertainment System from Codemasters and Galoob. This is the Game Genie for the Sega Genesis. It's a self-proclaimed video game enhancer that allows you to enter codes and modify your video game experience on the Sega Genesis. That's right, is Truxton too hard for you? Then why not enter a cheat code and give yourself unlimited bombs, unlimited ships? In many games you could choose what level to start at. It's like a genie inside your Sega Genesis that doesn't grant infinite wishes. In order to use the Game Genie, we're going to need a few things. Number one, a Sega hat because it's cool. Number two, some kind of a phone or tablet or computer connected to the internet, maybe a Sega Dreamcast, so we can search for Game Genie codes. And I googled Truxton Game Genie codes, pulled up GameGenie.com. Here's a whole bunch of codes. So let's go with infinite ships, ATLT, AA6T. ATLT, so close to ATAT. ATLT AA6T. Start. Now I have infinite ships in Truxton, which is a tough game, so this is good for practice, or just cheating. I don't even have to shoot the enemies, I'm just gonna crash into them. Come on, come on. Woo! Infinite ships. Doesn't matter. When this thing was new, it would have come with a booklet filled with codes for various games, and I think you could even subscribe for more codes. These days, of course, you can just use the magic miracle of the internet and quickly search for a game like Truxton Game Genie codes. It comes right up on GameGenie.com. How about Vector Man? Yes, he's on Game Genie too. Alright, let's do Vector Man Invincible. AL8AA72. If you want to know if your favorite game has Game Genie codes, just check the internet. It's just that easy. While this isn't the most exciting accessory to film, I like how it stacks into a tower of power on top of your Sega Genesis. The green light lets you know that Game Genie is functioning. Inserting games into the Game Genie is pretty simple. You'll want to make sure all of the connections are clean. Wait, I'm invincible! I have unlimited bombs. And while this doesn't work with all games, it does work with a lot of games. And I think it's a pretty neat device, actually. It's great for messing around with some Genesis games or practicing certain levels. The Game Genie won't set you back a whole lot. It's a pretty cheap device to pick up these days. And the internet makes it super easy to use. You can't hurt me because I'm invincible. Entering codes couldn't be easier. Just find what you're looking for online, use the Genesis controller to enter them. You can even stack multiple codes together. How about starting on level 8? Invincible, multiple bombs, unlimited health. The Game Genie makes every game easy, unless the game is impossible. You gotta respect these games that are hard, even when you're cheating with the Game Genie. You can buy Game Genies for numerous game systems, including the NES, for which it's probably best known. I love that it comes with a security strap, so you can pull it out of your Nintendo. I haven't even tried the NES one yet, but the Genesis one works great. Oh, come on. This is a great way to mess around with your collection of Genesis games. You can make games easier, you can make them harder, you can just play around with them and unlock stuff you've never seen before. The Game Genie can be easily found on eBay. Prices seem to vary, so be careful what you're spending. Oh no, my girlfriend's gonna be crushed! And I have a Classic Game Room shout out and thank you to send to Jeremy from North Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada! Thank you for sending the Game Genie to the show. You can also find Game Genies for the Super Nintendo, Game Boy, and even the Vectrex. I made that last one up. Because people who play Vectrex don't need to cheat. They're already winning. Thank you for watching. Follow Classic Game Room on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Patreon. Don't miss Magnum Skywolf, also on Patreon. Welcome to the club. It's the Lord Carnage Club, where I celebrate these backers on Patreon by shouting their name in a volcano. Introducing Michael Fernandez. Oh yeah! Michael Nelson. Lord Carnage approves. Jim Moriarty. Sergio Matthias. Hergert. Jason from Kamloops, British Columbia. Busy. Signal. Al Cyver. Sean Zoltek. I'm just kidding again. Sean Zoltek! Stephen Chucknick from New Jersey. Landon Ellerby. He's the administrator of these credits. Philip Strabenmuller of Vienna, Austria. Woo! Jack Stavros from Australia, home of Mad Max. Ohad Kane. Cue the thunder. Jeff, Captain Dauntless, Briar, Rick DeBarros. Out of sight. Will. Kid Shuriken. Fatality. Ship. Sink bail. That was too evil, wasn't it? Let's try that again. Ship. Sink bail. See you next time on Classic Game Room. Thanks for watching.